captain here on stage. And Harmanpreet, welcome. It's an honor to have you with us. Karishma, over to you.
Thank you, Amita. Harman, it is so good to have you here on Times Now as we celebrate 20 years of Times Now and talk about shaping India at 100. Thank you so much for being here, firstly. You know, you've been so busy since 2nd of November 2025. You've been at so many events and interactions. But I just want to ask you, do you ever, in your mind, in between those events, go back to reliving that moment and talk to yourself, wow, I really did that. We won that World Cup at home. You know, that trophy eluded us for so long, but we did that.
Good evening, everyone. I think 1,000 times I spoke to myself, after winning the World Cup. So many times in the night, sometimes I still get up and watch all those pictures, the World Cup winning pictures. So I think I have done many times, and I think it's that memory is going to stay with me forever. And each and every moment I remember, I still, sometimes in the night I still get those dreams. Each and every ball still came in front of me. So I think these are the memory you remember entire life, and I'm so happy that we are still celebrating that, and I hope in future we'll get many more memories like that.
Absolutely. And Harmanpreet, when you were coming here for this session, I was asking everyone in the morning, is there anything specifically they want to know from Harmanpreet? And one common question that I got was that who convinced Harmanpreet to do that Bhangra? What was the story behind that dance when you went to lift that trophy? So tell us.
Well, actually, Jamie and other girls, they told me to do many other things. But somehow I convinced them that I'm not comfortable doing that. They were showing me so many moves and things to do, but I just told them, being a Punjabi, I can only do Bhangra, so let's just stick to that, because I think that is the only thing I can do comfortably, and I don't think I will embarrass anyone doing that. So I think they also understood that. I think I just want to be more comfortable, and I think that's where we stick to the Bhangra. And I mean, everybody in the team, we were so happy, and we just wanted to remember those moments entire life. So we wanted to do something very special. So we came up with that idea, and I'm sure everybody liked that.
And Harman, let's also talk about, shaping India at 100. You're a huge part of this country, of course, wearing that jersey, representing India at the global level. Can you describe in words what it means to you, having that flag right here, and every time that national anthem plays, is it goosebumps every single time?
Yeah, I mean, still, I've been playing country for ages now, but still every time I go to the field, I feel the same. I feel same when I wear the blue jersey. So I think these are the things, any cricketer, any sports person, they always feel special, because when you are on the field, national anthem is on, and then you're wearing the jersey. I think these are the things still, get goosebumps on you. So I think these are the very special moment, and I think no matter how many years you have been playing, you still feel the same. So I think these are very special moment, and you always feel the same.
And, we talk about the World Cup a lot, and we've been talking about the World Cup win. But somewhere, do you also feel your innings of 171 not out was a defining moment for you, because that almost made everyone notice what we talk about right now in terms of women's cricket?
Yeah, I think after that inning, a lot of awareness came to our country. People started watching women's cricket. After that, massive change. We got more coverage on TV, and that thinking of women's cricket completely changed, because earlier people used to think that women cricket is a bit slower, and we don't have that much power, and we can't entertain how men's are doing. So I think after that inning, lot of mindset change back home, and I think after that, the amount of cricket we got, and we got really busy, because before that, hardly 2 or 3 series we used to get in a year. But I think after 2017 World Cup, we have been playing so much cricket, and that's what we wanted as a player, that we want to play a lot. We want to play back-to-back cricket. So really happy that that inning came, and entire women's cricket changed after that.
Well, absolutely. Harman, let's also talk about the team that you lead with, of course, Smriti as your deputy, then you have Jamima, and there are, of course, other players as well. Just how is the team bonding, and what are the conversations like amongst players, in between a series, and especially when, there is a gap between series, do you make sure that the players are still connected with each other even when there's a gap between bilaterals or, say, an ICC tournament?
Well, I always say that, this team is very special to me. Each and every member, they are equally important. And, they bring a lot of positivity to the team. And, if we are playing, we always stay together. And if we are not playing, that time we do a lot of, activities on Zoom or WhatsApp calls so that, we stay together, we stay connected so that when we meet, we should not feel that we are doing something differently. So I think, we like to stay together. We keep chatting, we keep talking the upcoming matches, and we like to prepare. So I think the one thing which I really enjoy that we really enjoy each other's company. So I think as a team that is very important. That every member in the team, they should feel comfortable. They should feel rights to speak. So I think those things are there. So that's why this team is very special, and we really enjoy each other's company.
Well, absolutely. I think that is one of the reasons that must have led to India winning the World Cup as well at home. But, just talking about the World Cup, when we had that match versus England, after which, there was a lot of criticism as well as to how can we lose like this. In that sort of a situation, how do you, pull up the team and say that, guys, we can do it from here, girls, we can, still go the distance from here, let's just not lose hope. What is the conversation like in a situation like that? Does Harmanpreet, the batsman, have to change into Harmanpreet, the captain?
Well, definitely that was one of the match, where whatever we were planning, it was happening because we wanted to chase that day. We won the toss. And then I think after that, we were thinking that, they should not score more than 300. That also happened. And then we knew that if we click, we can always chase that target. In between, we were in the when Smriti and I was batting, and we just thought, now we have, full control of the game. But somehow when I got out, after that, suddenly batting claps, and, we lost by a few runs. But I think after that, we had a very positive meeting where, sir, I didn't speak a word because, sometimes you feel like, everything was under control, but still, you end up losing. So that day, Sir spoke to each and every player. He really showed us the mirror that, what we have done today, and that's not something, we have to, that's not how we finish the game. But I think after that game, everybody took each and every word of Sir's very positively. And when we reached to Bombay that time, everyone looked even more serious about, how we're going to do things forward. And I think that meeting gave us a lot of clarity and, the things we need to, think when we are going to play New Zealand and the other games. So I think after that, everybody looked quite focused, and I think as a team, we really came up strong because that was something, we really wanted to do. I think that was a turning point in the World Cup when things were not going right, and that meeting completely changed the team atmosphere.
I think that loss in turn resulted in a very beautiful picture that we saw after India had won the trophy, with you and your family members embraced in a hug. Everyone was talking about that picture, and somewhere it felt that this wasn't just about the trophy, but the sacrifices that were made in your childhood, all of that culminating into that trophy. So that was also a very beautiful, moving moment for you after the World Cup win.
Yeah, definitely. I think my dad has been my biggest support, and when we won the World Cup, I know how important it was for us. I think the same way it was very important for all the parents who've been, supporting us throughout of our career. And that moment, brought me back to my childhood, how I started playing, how my dad used to carry me to the ground, and he was supporting me each and every moment. So I think that was a very special moment and a very emotional moment also. So matches like that, you always remember remember, and these moments are going to stay with you. I think after 20 years, when I'm sitting and watching all those pictures, I think those are the moments, going to stay with me forever. So really happy that, my family was watching us that day. I think most of the families were there. They were supporting us. So I think as a player, it's so important that, family support you, and they should witness those moments when you're playing your best cricket and entire country is cheering for you. I think more than us, they were very happy, and really happy that moment is captured, and it's going to stay with me.
And I'm not sure if people here know or not, but when Harman used to train, she used to train with boys. That is also correct.
Yeah, I started playing cricket with my friends, with my brother and my dad, and that's how I started. Early in career, I didn't even know about women's cricket, but they've been, biggest strength, biggest sport. I think without them, it wasn't possible. So I think I always give them a lot of credit. If that time they were not there, I think I shouldn't have been sitting here. So I mean, they've been biggest support, and thank you. I always keep them, thanking them for each and every moment. I'm really happy that I got such a lovely family and friends that time.
And Harman, when we talk about women's cricket, when you started to where it is now, when you're leading the team, there obviously must have been a cultural shift and things have gotten better, of course. But you've had your share of differences as well. So do you feel those differences actually in the end work towards just one goal, which was to keep making sure that women's cricket improves in our country and gets the due recognition it deserves?
Yeah, 100%. I think each and every player, from women's cricket, they've been working really hard, and I'm really happy now that we are at stage there. People recognize our hard work, and I think that was very important for us, and I'm really happy that each and every member they've been working really hard to take women's cricket at that level where people support and watch. So I think every player they really worked hard where we have reached today, and I'm really grateful that all our seniors, they've been playing cricket when women's cricket wasn't that famous, and even though money was not there, but still they were spending money from their pocket, and they kept on playing. Because of them, women's cricket is alive, and now I think we are taking all the fruit. So, we are very, very grateful that because of our seniors, women's cricket is alive, and we are taking now women's cricket to the next level. Hopefully, in few years, women's cricket is also at that level where now men's are, they have taken the cricket.
I think another good thing about, this whole improvement of women's cricket has been the crowd support. In the last few years that I've also seen, the packed stadiums, and, even during the Men's World Cup, we were covering a game in Chennai, and there was like a 18 number Smriti jersey in the stadium itself while it was a India-Zimbabwe match. So that has also become very, very heartening to see that, people love to come for women's matches. There are packed stadiums. There's a fight to get the tickets first. Even when we were covering the final in Navi Mumbai, there were lines from right in the morning to get those tickets to see the match, or staying put in their seats even if it was raining in Navi Mumbai. The crowd support, that must feel very, very special every time they chant India, India, or Harmanpreet for that matter in the stadiums.
Yeah, 100%. I think fans are being our biggest support. Without them, I think nothing is possible. They are the one who give us a lot of courage and strength when we are on the field. I still feel, whenever we are playing and see the packed stadium, I think it was a dream, and I'm so grateful that I'm living that dream, because I still remember when stadium was empty and we just used to watch each other and say that when we will see the packed stadium, when we will see whenever we are going for media and all, hardly two or three people are coming and covering, and we used to feel that when we will see many people they are covering us and stadiums are packed. And now when we play, when I see the packed stadium, sometimes I sit and thank God that I'm so grateful I'm living this moment, because sometimes your dreams are not fulfilled and you feel really sad, but I'm so grateful that all the dreams, all the things which we have been dreaming as a team, we are able to live that moment, and I mean, without fans, I think it's not, it's hard to, taking your a game ahead. But I think because of them, we really enjoy playing in the stadium, and hopefully they'll keep coming and keep cheering their favorite team.
But do you still get nervous? Like you have to walk with that full calm, composed and cool demeanor when you walk into the stadium. But when you look at those 25, 30,000 people sitting and waiting for Team India to give them a show, do you still silently get nervous? Oh my God, there's so many people here.
Well, I always enjoy, playing in front of people because when I was young, I was the only girl who was playing with the boys, and I always enjoyed when people were watching me at that time, and they used to appreciate when I was alone playing with boys. So somehow, I was always very comfortable playing in front of crowd. But initially, when people started coming to the stadium, some of team members they used to get nervous, and it took us a lot of time to make them comfortable. And we kept talking in the dressing rooms that this is what we wanted. Now this is not time to get nervous or feel nervous on the field. This is the time to enjoy this moment. I still remember when we were playing in Dubai, the first time we saw the stadium was packed and people were cheering for India. We were playing against New Zealand, and some of the players they were so nervous. They were not speaking a word, and I kept telling them they all are wearing blue jersey. They are for us. But some of them they used to get nervous. But now they enjoy because initially it was tough for few players, but now they enjoy. Now they love the crowd. They now love people are coming and cheering. So I think initially there was some time when some girls used to get nervous, but I always enjoyed people are coming and watching, and I love playing when a crowd is there. So I really enjoy that part.
But Harman, there must have been a point in your life where you would have decided, I'm going to be a cricketer. I want to play cricket. I want to play for India. What was that point, or what was a particular situation or a match or a player that made you decide that this is what I'm going to be, and you put everything that you had got to be where you are today?
I think from day one, I think growing up, I only remember, I'm holding a bat. I never saw anything else in my hand. Being a girl, I always asked my dad for a bat. I never asked for a doll. I never asked anything else. So I think from day one, I've been dreaming about, playing for country and wearing that blue jersey. I used to have Sehwag's poster in my cupboard, and always watching him, and, dreaming that one day I'm going to wear the same jersey. But I mean, growing up, that was the only dream, and I don't think except playing for country I dreamt anything else. So I'm so grateful. God has given me that chance to play for country, and always dream. I was always dreaming one day I'm going to win the World Cup for country, and in between, when we kept losing, I was just thinking that when this is going to happen, and I'm so grateful that moment also came. And now when people call us champions, I feel so relaxed. I feel so satisfied that because in between, we 3 times we came so close, but for some reasons we didn't par that line. But now it's really I'm really happy and thankful that happened.
And there's a lot to look forward to for the champions as well in 2026. You have the T20 World Cup coming up. You have the Asian Games that's coming up. So consistency is going to be key, Harmanpreet.
Yeah, definitely. I think we already spoke in our team meetings after the World Cup that ODI cricket, whatever we wanted to achieve, that's done now. Now it's about the next goal, and our entire team is aware about that, and we are really working hard. I think WPL is being our great strength. We got so much talent from WPL, and team is really working hard for our next goal, and hopefully the way we pull things in the ODI World Cup, the same way we'll go and perform in the T20 World Cup.
You spoke about WPL right now. There's been so many changes for women cricketers. If I talk about pay parity or central contracts or the coming of WPL. But are there more changes that you wish to see in terms of women cricket and the support that they get, or do you think it's slowly and steadily reaching a point where everything is coming at par with the men's team or the men's cricket?
I think things are moving on the right direction. I think WPL was something which we really wish that it should start. But now that WPL is there, now slowly, hopefully we will see more teams in upcoming years and more Test cricket in upcoming years. I think, a lot of improvement scope is there. But I think slow and steady. I really believe in slow and steady movement, because sometimes when we move too fast, there is chance to things can go here and there. But I think BCCI is really taking care of women's cricket, and they've been working really hard. And I think we always give a lot of credit to all our BCCI members, because I think they are whatever they are doing in the right way, and they are the better people to think about our careers, and hopefully they will keep doing the things which is best for us.
Harmanpreet, before you, there was, of course, Mithali Raj and Jhulan Goswami, who were the catalysts of change, and now there is, of course, this team. So is there a sense that, we have to leave behind a legacy that inspires the younger generation to do even better than what we've been able to achieve?
Yeah, 100%. I think they are the one who worked really hard, and now we have taken women's cricket at a level that now we have seen so many young girls. They are dreaming about playing for country. Now the more visibility is on the TV. I'm sure that at some, like, after some years, women's cricket is going to be even more famous, even more competitive, and I'm sure things are on the right track, and I'm sure. In upcoming years, we will see a lot of improvement and lot of best cricket on the TV, and I hope I'm sure people are going to enjoy women's cricket even more the way they're doing right now.
Oh, absolutely. I think people are now wanting a longer WPL, more teams in it, and they want to see more and more matches as well. So that fanfare is obviously also growing. But Harmanpreet, let's also talk about, this team, the Indian cricket team. You obviously went to Australia also. So, just the atmosphere after the World Cup as well within the team when you have these bilaterals. Obviously, it is slower than an ICC tournament. So the conversations during that, we had spoken to Pratika as well, and she was talking about wanting more Test cricket and how she loved playing that format, and she wants to play more and more of that as well. So that also is something that the women's team probably would want more and more Test cricket as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think as a cricketer, we just want to keep playing. We don't want to sit home, and I think that is something we all keep talking. And Test cricket is something. Yes, I think the initiative taken by BCCI is really good. That this time we played the bilateral series where we first time we experienced all the format, and hopefully in future we will also see these kind of moments. And I think the next year, this year is very important, where we are going to play another Test match in Lords. I think as a women cricketer, we haven't played Test match in Lords. I think that is going to be a big moment in our life, and hopefully we will keep getting more Test matches, and we will keep enjoying this part of cricket also, because that is the format I think everyone enjoy. But I think we will see more Test matches in the future, and that is also we really enjoy that part, and hopefully we'll keep seeing Test matches more in the future.
Well, absolutely. I think, Harmanpreet, the World Cup win has also created the brand Harmanpreet, because I know how busy you've been with events and interactions and whatnot after the win. So how challenging does that become in your day? Because, I was speaking to Nupur yesterday, and she was telling me that everything is okay, but her gym shouldn't go. That 4 to 6 p.m. off her gym should stay rest. She can manage everything in her day. So how difficult does that get to manage everything and then also ensure that the fitness part of it stays with you?
Well, before everything, I think I'm a cricketer, and I can't forget that because of these routines, I'm sitting here, and I know this World Cup victory is very important, and I really want to enjoy this moment with every Indian. But at the same time, being fit and following my routines are very important. But at the same time, yes, I do want to give time to the people who want to listen, who want to celebrate these moments. But I think that's very important for me, and because upcoming years are very important for me, and I really want to be there 100%. And I think that's my duty, and I don't want to lose that part of mine.
You know, Harmanpreet, I was doing my research, so I came across one quote of yours and it stayed with me. You were talking about opening a bank account and then becoming that bank's brand ambassador. So that's how much life has changed for you. So what did you feel in that moment when you got to know that you're going to become a brand ambassador of a bank that you've just opened your account with? I mean, did it feel like a full circle moment?
Yeah, 100%, because I still remember I was 19 and I just represented my school team, and after that a few of my dad's friends, they were part of one club where my dad used to play, and they all gave me few money where I can, I can buy my bats, I can buy the stuff I need, and they said, we don't want to give you cash, but we'll make sure that we'll open an account and we'll put all the money there, so that because I was young and they didn't want to cash to me. So they opened the account in PNB Bank, and after the World Cup, I think before the World Cup, I think that deal was closed. So PNB Bank, they signed me as a brand ambassador, and I was very, very emotional because that was the first bank where I opened my account, and today that same bank, they want to sign me as a brand ambassador. So I think somewhere I must be manifesting that, and that thing came in front of me, and I was very happy and very grateful. I think I thank Nupur for so many times that taking that deal, and I think that was also very, very emotional and special moment, because when you're growing up, you're dreaming about certain things, and when they complete, you feel really happy, very satisfied. So yeah, I mean, that was a very emotional moment for me.
And, just over these past 4 months, what have been your observations, or, do you get time to yourself where you sit down and talk how much things have changed for you, or just, have those meetings with yourself that, these are the things that I've done, they are continuing, but this is what I want to achieve more for my country, for myself. So do you think in those terms?
Yeah, I do. I mean, yes, I wanted to win the World Cup for our country, for sure. But I think after the first World Cup, now it's about getting more, because now we have tasted how victory looks like. We know how our country is so crazy about cricket, and they really celebrate when our cricket team wins. So I think now it's only about winning more World Cups. Just don't want to stay with one trophy. I really want to get many more for our country, and hopefully whatever career I left, I just want to do something really special for my country. I hope before getting retired, I don't want to stay with one trophy. I hopefully get many more for our country.
I hope that's a long time away right now. But Harmanpreet, being a captain is also so much more than just being present on the field. Tell us a little about, how do you handle things in the dressing room if there are, arguments within the players, or they're not on the same page, or there are egos sometimes. How does the captain handle a situation like that? Is it a difficult challenge to manage those egos of players sometimes when they're not on the same page?
Well, I think luckily I have got a very, very nice team. They are very nice. Whatever we discuss, or whatever we want to tell them, they always take in a very positive way. So I don't think I have ever faced a moment like that, where anybody is disagree with anything. So I've been very lucky in that way, that whatever sir and I trying to pass them, they always take in very positive way. So I never experienced like that.
But do they easily agree to what the captain wants, or they have their share of demands? If you say this, then we are going to get this in return. Is there any conversation like that?
No, I think they, as a team, we always discuss about, the areas we need to improve. So whatever we discuss, they know whatever we are saying for the team, we are saying for their best. So I think they always take in a very positive way. I haven't experienced any moment where, girls are disagree or they are not, listening what we are saying. They always take in a very positive way.
No, I asked this because Jemimah Rodriguez said Harmanpreet D doesn't listen to juniors, doesn't take instructions from juniors.
No, it's not like that. They always get their opportunity to speak. But when sometimes when you think this is what you want, then I'm very straightforward. Then I'm very very serious about, and then there is no chance they can say no to me.
Harmanpreet, now the action will move to England, of course, where the T20 World Cup will happen. The fixtures are out. What is your feeling about the entire tournament? Who do you think can pose a very, very difficult threat for India playing at home? Every country feels very, very confident that, they have it. And do you think England will be in that zone where they feel that playing at home, they will also have some sort of a confidence that could be more than the other countries?
Well, I think World Cups, games are very, very different to bilateral series. But obviously, home teams always have a little bit advantage because they know how the conditions, they know all the stadiums, all the pitches. But I think home team always have, more pressure and. I think, they must be having little more advantage to the other teams, but nowadays every team is so good. They have so many good players. Every team is working really, really hard, to win the World Cup. So I think you never know who is going to win at that particular day, but I'm sure they are going to, very competitive on that World Cup. But at the same time, it's only about that day, how you're going to feel, how you're going to now play. I think it's only about that day, how you're going to take the pressure. So I think T20 cricket is very challenging. You never know, because we have seen in this World Cup, men's World Cup, some teams nobody even thought, but they played so well. So it's only about playing your best cricket on that particular day.
Harmanpreet, before we wrap this up, I have a short rapid fire for you and I will ask the questions. One teammate who makes you laugh the most? Who has the best jokes?
I think Harleen.
Harleen Deol. The toughest bowler you have faced?
Toughest bowler I have faced? My brother.
One captain you admire the most, men, women, or you can take two names?
I think growing up, Ricky Ponting. I think the way his team dominated for so many years, I always wanted to, be like him. The way he was dominating the world cricket, they were champion for so many years, and every team they were, they were just dominating like anything. So I think he's one of my favorite captain.
And one thing that Harmanpreet fans would have no idea that Harmanpreet is good at this as well. I know one.
You can only tell them.
Esports?
Esports. Yeah.
And finally, Harman, your message to the young girls who look up to you, aspire to be you, or just want to play this sport or just be a woman athlete in general in our country, what would Harmanpreet Kaur tell them?
Well, I think enjoy what you're doing, because that is something which is very important, and just keep dreaming, keep working hard, and never give up, because you never know when you're feeling little low. If you par that time, then that best time is going to come. So never give up, just keep enjoying what you're doing.
Harmanpreet Kaur, thank you so much for being here on Times Now and just giving us your time. Thank you so much. A huge round of applause, everybody.
Thank you, Harmanpreet, not just for the conversation, but also for giving India a reason to celebrate. Karishma, requesting you to honor her with a token of our appreciation.
A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.